Hey guys, I know we talked about some of these things last night, but let's do a quick recap. The market. The market is composed of the economy, that's job numbers, inflation, supply and demand, consumer confidence. Interest rates. We know interest rates have an impact on the seller because they determine the purchase price of the prospective buyer. Thus, it impacts the market in which you choose to sell a home. And the last variable to consider is competition. Now, part of what we're going to look at together today is the competitive landscape of what other homes are for sale that a buyer who's interested in a property like yours might also be considering. And the nature of competition. The competition is ongoing. So if we think we can position the home in the marketplace here, but then next week your neighbor lists their home for a low price, we have to adapt. Otherwise, we're sitting ducks because the market is a condition in which we have no control of. We can only respond to the marketplace. The seller, we talked about this last night, but the seller is responsible for the property condition. Certainly, I'm going to advise you on how to market or to make your home pop, how to present the listing in terms of content, photos, staging, and all the works. But at the end of the day, it's your house. You get to decide. The seller is also responsible for the terms of the sale. Now, certainly, I will have some level of influence and provide you guidance. But you can decide, you can't decide what the buyer writes in the contract, but you can counter it, accept it, reject it, offer seller concessions, but you decide it's your house. The third responsibility of the seller is the list price. Now, we didn't go into this last night, but we're going to look at the numbers together. We're going to look at the market and what's happening with other sales in the market and who's winning and losing in the market. But it's your house. You get to decide the list price. I know you guys are interviewing other agents, and it could be that another agent might come in and float a number by you with the intent of what we call buying your listing. They're going to tickle your ears with a number that sounds so good, you have to hire them. But understand this, it's not their decision. It's yours. You set the price. The listing agent. What are my roles as your listing agent? I perform three primary job functions. The first job function I perform is our marketing plan. The marketing plan is to generate exposure for your listing. It's my job as your listing agent to expose your property to the largest pool of ready, willing, able, and interested buyers, and to mobilize the local real estate community and to cause your home to sell. How do I do that? I perform three primary job functions, the first which is marketing, the marketing plan. What you have to understand is that a buyer will perceive your property's value through three different lenses. Picture you're going to the eye doctor and you're trying to get the prescription right. So you have a lens and another lens. So like, is one better? Is lens two better? And so forth until they find the right combination of focus. The buyer is looking through different lenses to focus in on the property that checks their boxes to find the home that makes their heart sing. And part of my job is to reverse engineer who that buyer is and how we attract them, how we position ourselves to find and attract that specific buyer for your home. The three lenses in real estate are price, condition, and location. But here's the thing, the buyer typically must sacrifice one to keep the other two. They typically can't have all three. Usually one has to give. So for example, if the buyer says, well, I really, really, really want a beautiful home, condition, in a glorious neighborhood, location, then what gives? Price. Their budget is going to take a ding for that. It's going to cost them. I was talking to an agent a few weeks back on my team. He had this listing in a prime location, and his marketing was amazing, incredible videos, incredible photos. It was done perfectly. And he said to me, I don't get it, coach. I have had 45 showings on this listing, and it's got no offers. And so I responded and said, the market has rejected your listing. You had 45 opportunities. It's been rejected. This specific property had two major drawbacks. It had a small kitchen and a primary bedroom on the no primary bedroom on the main floor. Those are condition limitations. So the thought is, who are we attracting? Who's the right buyer for your property? Who are we most likely going to appeal to? And how do we consider that the price ultimately reflects condition and location? It goes up and down based upon condition and location. That's simple enough. There are demands of the buyers on how they choose a home. Now, if you consider what you control, what I control, I have a marketing plan. I'm going to market whatever you give me. You set the price. You set the condition. Marketing is the bait. Price is the hook. So imagine we're out on a fishing boat and I'm putting all this bait over here and you're casting lines over here. We're not going to catch any fish. Marketing is bait, price is the hook. They have to be in sync or the listing is never going to sell. Now, the second job function of the listing agent is negotiation. But if you can't create momentum from the get-go, if the marketing plan doesn't create momentum into what we call a negotiation high ground, then you'll be negotiating from a position of weakness. Part of the plan of working together is to negotiate in a position of strength so you can get the best buyer with the best offer and create competition. Comps don't set the price. Competition sets the price. So the marketing plan creates momentum that spills into a better position of negotiation. The property is never more valuable than the day it's listed, spurred by the buyer's instinct to act quickly for fear of losing out to someone else. However, as days turn into weeks, the urgency fades, and as a result, so does the property's perceived value. So we're going to review everything this evening in terms of comps. I want to look at the property and then talk strategy. And I look forward to meeting you guys in person and seeing your home. Thanks for your time.